A lot of the time we don't think about what other snacks really are there. And certainly there might be some out there that some might say are life-changing. Okay, so today we are making four technically, different mochi snacks. Typically when we think of mochi, we think mochi ice cream, but it's the mochi that makes it so incredible. So why wouldn't we want to emphasize on that beautiful, chewy, voluptuous, sensuous? So with all that being said, let's make this, shall we? All right, there's a lot of stuff here, but they're all very easy to make. First up, mitsurushi dango. First, we're gonna make the sauce. In a pot, add 5 tablespoons or 68 grams of granulated sugar, 2 tablespoons or 30 grams of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon or 18 grams of mirin, 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of sake, 2/3 of a cup or 155 grams of water. Now heat that up. Once it starts to get hot, whisk in 2 tablespoons or 16 grams of cornstarch. Continue heating, whisking constantly, and just like magic, brother, it becomes thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Now, optionally, you can add a little splash of shiradashi. Now, for the actual rice cake, get a large pot of water and bring that to a boil. Separately, get a medium-sized bowl and add Jashinko flour, which is just Japanese rice flour, and shir tamako flour, which is glutinous rice flour or sweet rice flour. Whisk until combined, then add 2/3 of a cup or 155 grams of warm water. Constantly mix and knead until smooth. Cover and let that rest for about 5 minutes. Now, cut your dough into 15 to 16 pieces, about 25 grams each. Shape those into big old balls, then carefully drop those into boiling water until they begin to float, around 2 to 4 minutes. Pull them out, immediately drop into a nice water bath until cool, then to a skewer, add 3 balls, and then to serve these, all you do is get a kitchen torch and lightly char one side, drizzle with your warm sauce, and that's it. Look, these are fun. You want to bite little pieces off the stick. Don't just eat the whole thing. You'll find out why later. Then we have this insane cheesy one we're gonna do in a second, but first, let's talk potato mochi. Wait a minute, potato mochi?
Brother, what in the hell is that?
Let me explain something. It's not quite mochi, as in made with rice. Instead, we're using potato in place of rice to create a similar product, but with a potatoey flavor. So first, you're gonna need 1 large russet potato. Pop that into an oven set to 425 Fahrenheit for 45 minutes to 1 hour or until soft and beautiful. Cool that completely, remove the skins, place into a medium-sized mixing bowl, and mash until as fine as possible. Now, season that to taste with salt, followed by 2 tablespoons or 24 grams of potato starch. Hypothetically, you could use tapioca, but for obvious reasons, potato starch. Mix, then add 2 teaspoons or 10 grams of water, and mix again until completely smooth. Cover that with plastic wrap and let that sit while we make our sauce. Small sauce pot, add 3 tablespoons or 40 grams of sugar, 2 tablespoons or 24 grams of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon or 17 grams of mirin, and 1 tablespoon or 14 grams of the holy grail of deliciousness, shiradashi. Now mix and heat till the sugar's dissolved and your sauce is done. Now back to your potato mochi. Take your potato mochi dough, cut it into 7 to 8 pieces, around 30 grams each. Shape each piece into a nice thick disc like this. Get some nori and cut out some small little belts. Now, 12-inch nonstick pan. Brush the pan with enough vegetable oil to coat. Set to medium heat. Place on your mochi and fry for 3 to 5 minutes per side or till beautifully golden brown on both sides. Once that's done, brush one side lightly with your sauce, flip it, brush the other side, and just keep flipping until they're caramelized and beautiful. Turn off the heat and wrap each little morsel with a nice nori belt. Look at it. It's kind of cute, right? Time for the moment you've all been waiting for, and arguably my most favorite mochi I have ever made, pan-fried mochi. Now, for the dough, get yourself half a cup plus 2 tablespoons or 130 grams of hot water. Whisk in half a teaspoon or 3 grams of fine sea salt and 2.5 teaspoons or 13 grams of granulated sugar until dissolved. In a medium mixing bowl, add 1.5 cups or 225 grams of glutinous rice flour. Great brand would be like Mochiko flour. Now add your water mixture to your glutinous rice flour, stir together with chopsticks, and you can add a little bit more lukewarm water if needed just to bring it together. Then knead, and once it starts to get a little smooth, add 2.5 teaspoons or 10 grams of vegetable oil, knead that in, and continuously knead until smooth and beautiful. Cover that bad boy and let it rest for 15 minutes. Now plop your dough out, divide that bad boy into 50 gram pieces, which will get you about 8 total pieces. And now we're gonna fill these bad boys. Let's talk fillings. Yeah, we got the pan-fried mozzarella stick version, but what about a dumpling style? Also, it helps with the people who are like, oh, I can't eat dairy, so farty. Very simple. You need either 1 large trumpet mushroom or a couple of shiitake mushrooms, diced. Heat a medium-sized pan over medium-high, add just enough vegetable oil to coat the bottom, add in your mushrooms, and sear those bad boys for 2 to 3 minutes, tossing occasionally until beautifully browned. Don't season them right away because they'll get all wet and yucky. Now move those bad boys to one side of the pan and add in 6 ounces or 170 grams of ground pork. Flatten it out for that full pan contact. Season to taste with salt, sear your pork until lightly browned, flip, and begin smashing to get that nice classic ground texture. Add a splash of water to deglaze, stir together, and pour into a bowl. Follow that immediately with 2 green onions thinly sliced, 1 cup or 52 grams of green cabbage that's been finely chopped, season that lightly with salt, squeezing aggressively to remove as much water from it. It's not a necessity, but it just kind of helps keep the mixture a little less watery. Followed by a 1/2-inch knob of ginger grated, 3 cloves of garlic finely chopped or grated, 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of toasted sesame oil, 1 tablespoon or 12 grams of soy sauce, and optionally add 1 teaspoon or 4 grams of chili crisp. Stir that to combine fine and you have a dumpling filling. Now to fill this, you're gonna roll your mochi dough into a rough disc. It's about 5 inches wide, dusting with rice flour as needed. Now place about 1 tablespoon of your dumpling mixture into the center of that disc. Fold the edges around to seal, being very careful because this dough is delicate, it will tear. Pinch and seal that shut, then brush the smooth side with a little bit of water, sprinkle on some sesame seeds, and then heat a non-stick skillet over medium-low with a little drizzle of oil. Place the buns down in there, cook for 3 to 4 minutes, flip, reduce the heat to low, and cover with a lid or foil, and cook for 3 to 4 more minutes. Now, if you press it and it bounces back immediately, it's done. That's it. You can serve that with some spicy chili sauce or a glaze or just by itself. But let's take this way further. What if instead it looked like this? A deep fried mozzarella stick version. To make this, you're gonna use the same exact dough, rolled out into a circle, but this time you're gonna take a nice block of mozzarella and using a 1 to 1.5 inch cylinder cutter, punch out circles of your mozzarella and make sure that each of those circles are about a 1/2 inch thick. Pop into the center of your dough, wrap it up, seal it, and then to really amplify that crunch, toss in a little bit of all-purpose flour, then into 2 eggs that have been beaten together, and finally coat every single edge with panko breadcrumbs. And to fry, carefully drop that into a heavy bottom 6 to 7 quart pot filled about halfway with vegetable oil that's been heated to 350 Fahrenheit, starting with 3 mochi at a time, and fry for about 2 minutes or until a crispy, beautiful golden brown. Good lord. Now we got all these snacks. Look at all this. Now it's time for the taste test. Got a whole lot of snacks. Ow. Ooh, might have made these balls a little too big. Here are its qualities. Chewy, voluptuous, round, salty, sweet, and kind of goes with anything. Now for this. Ooh, that, wow. Think about your favorite dumpling you've ever had. This can compete with that. What's it like? Chewy, crunchy, a little bit of sesame, and dumpling. Now the cheesy one. Do a little dip. Oh man, that's really good. It's like the most luxurious mozzarella stick you'll ever eat. Hear me out. What's it like? The most savory potato pancake in history. Lightly chewy, but salty. My top 2 are these 2. These I could eat all day. Ooh, with the nori? A little bit of umami. But you wanna know what else has umami? Beef.